Greetings, Star Seeds and Lightworkers. Ava here, and today we have another question from my son Isaiah. He asked another question not too long ago, and he's got another one. So we're going to go ahead and ask DiYeena. His question today is, what's it like on your planet? And DiYeena has talked about this a little bit in the past on some of her videos, but I'm hoping that she will maybe bring forth some new information today. So I'm going to go ahead and go out and put you in touch with the Pleiadians. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. Greetings, this is DiYeena of the Pleiadian Family, and we are here to bring the love, and we are loving this question. You see, you want to know more about DiYeena, you see, in her family, you see, and where we come from and on all of this, you see. So it's sometimes a playful place in the mind. We encourage you when you are receiving this answer to really hear it from your heart, you see. So to drop down and to maybe place a hand on your heart and just feel the frequencies in your heart as we give you the answers, because it doesn't really matter in the mind, you see. Oh, sometimes this body has body things that happen, you see. We're going to we have a little bit of sipping of the earth, you see. We're going to get a little sip. Ah, very good, you see. See, DiYeena can do things too, you see. Okay, so this question comes from the little 5-year-old, you see, of what it's like, you see, on the planet. So we're going to play with that a little bit and say that on the planet where we are, Erra, and others too, but really more of the ones that are coming through that are around here are familiar at least with this planet, you see. And it's very similar to your Earth, as we have said before, but more of what happens on the planet, you see. What are we doing on there, and what is it like to be on there? And it is a lot of play. It is really a lot of play. So we play a lot. We play with the energetics, you see. We play with the energy and the frequency of the love. So sometimes we will throw the energy balls back and forth to each other, you see, to play catch with the energy. You see, or we will dive down into the waters and fetch the crystals, you see, with each other, or just play games, you see, that involve more of the playing with the energies, you see, and even in the ways that we play in the world of sex, you see, in the world of bringing forth the energetics of union, you see. It is maybe not quite so dynamic as what it gets to be here on the earth plane, you see. And that is why we like to come down to the earth and play a little bit. And this is really why we come in a big way, you see, is to help in that frequency of the union, you see. It's a big part of it, you see, in the love frequency of the union, you see. And so these are all the ways that we can kind of play together, you see, and in the ways that we play in the nature, you see. And it is similar to your Earth, you see. There are different types of what you would call plants, you see, and the animals. There are different. They're different in look and frequency and all these things. But you see, there is more of a communication, an active flow of communication, you see. So we find enjoyment through it being in the telepathic union of all of the creation that is on that particular planet, you see. And so there is more of an open circuitry, an open-hearted circuitry of play, you see. And so more of our life feels like play. Here you feel a little bit like you are working, and part of that is because of the dynamic of slavery on your planet right now, you see, that you are shifting around right now, and you're kind of having a little bit of a wake-up call, you see, around the fact that there has been enslavement on your planet for a long time, you see. But when you are free of that, you play and you live freely, then the world becomes your play, you see. It becomes play, and there is no differentiation between a child and an adult in that way. Everyone plays. Isn't that fascinating? You see, so the play just looks a little bit different and more quote-unquote sophisticated as you grow, because you are then more aware and more contained within your energy, and you're able to have a little bit more mastery over it and have a little bit more fun with it, you see. So it is a more simple life than what you have created for, most of you humans have created for yourself. There are still places on your earth where it is feeling quite simple as well. And they're still focused on some of the things that we share with you now. But in a lot of ways, you see, there is a simplicity in simply being aware of the circuitry that you are in on the planet that you are residing upon, you see. And when you are aware of that circuitry, it is quite fascinating what shifts within your priorities, you see. Because all of a sudden, you are feeling, it is like making love all the time. It's like when you are making love, nothing else matters really. You're not thinking about dinner. You're not thinking about any of your troubles or worries. You're simply being in the moment of love, right? And so when you are aware of the circuitry within creation and within the animals and within the plants and the aspects of creation, well then, wow, you are simply then curious about what happens then when you are in a certain play, a certain circuitry within that particular aspect of creation. And so it begins to be your way of moving through the life and moving through with love, you see. And so it becomes a much more simple yet very powerful and very fulfilling way to be, you see. So you are very much, we sing quite a bit, you see. We love to sing. We love the frequency of song and we love the frequency of sound, you see, because it is such a powerful piece in the creation process. And so we spend a lot of our day in song as well. We sing together, you see. And so we sing and we play and we dance, you see. We like to move the form as well, you see. And so it is very similar to what you could maybe imagine if you were living in a utopian place, you see, in all the ways. But it's not really meant for Earth. That is not the purpose of Earth. So that is not really the goal for you all to be like the Pleiades or live like the Pleiadians, you see. It's not really helpful because it is not why you are on Earth. Otherwise, you would have come to the Pleiades, you see. So recognize why you are where you are and what your role is in this moment, you see. And that is really the most important part, you see. And so it looks a little bit different in our planet and our world in the sense of it is all more in the subtleties of the energetics and of light. So it is less dense. Meaning that what seems to have much physicality here on your earth would feel a lot almost like you could just put your hand right through it, you see, on our planet, you see. And while it would still be, there would still be substance, you see, it is almost just more turned on, more light, more activated, and there's more energy, you see. There is more energy. So if you were to come and be there, but you are still in the 3D frequency, you see, it would be like a blast. You couldn't even handle the frequency because it would be too much for the density of the physical form that you are in now. So the forms are compatible with the dimensionality of 6, 7, 8, 9 and beyond, you see. But 6 is about the lowest density that can be held in that way, you see. And so it is really, and it is not to say that we have not integrated the other dimensionalities, but in this particular planet, it is not as necessary, you see, because it's operating on a slightly different frequency. So in that frequency, we do a lot of work, you see, in the realm of sound, you see. And this is one way that we come and we serve other planets as well, such as Earth, you see, is to bring in the sweetness of the music, you see, and to remind you of the beauty of the harmonics of creation and how powerful the sound is in the formation of all of life, you see. And so this is how we can even create what you would consider these big monuments on your planet. You wonder how did they create that, you see. Well, one of the secrets is the sound, you see. So in the Pleiades we really work in mastery around the frequency of sound. So this is really a beautiful thing as well, and we love to sing and play, you see. And so and we love the water as well. This is another big element, you see, of the play, is relating with the frequency of the water. And this is something that really moves through all the dimensions. So it is a way that you can play in all the worlds, you see. And this is one of the secrets to how the Pleiades are really able to really help in the earth is through the frequency of the water. You see, and this is why some of you have such a connection to some of the ocean animals, you see, such as the whales and the dolphins, you see, and even the tuna fish, you see. And this is because these animals carry, oftentimes this is one way that the Pleiades become embodied, you see, on the earth, is through the animals. And then they can shift and move in the frequency of the water. Isn't that fascinating? So we just play a little bit in that way and keep it kind of light, you see, because again, it is not necessarily about knowing in the mind what it is like, because many of you have already been there. Who cares? You see, it is in that way unnecessary and not relevant to what you are here for. So do not focus on it. You see, ask yourself a different kind of question of what is it that you are here for, you see. And really making sure that you are taking full advantage of the form that you are in now, so that you can really do all your best work. You see, because you've already been there, done that, you see, on the Pleiades, most likely, or you wouldn't even be interested or making it this far in the video, you see. Isn't that fascinating? You see. So, and take what works for you and leave the rest, we always say, you see, because it is not about believing or not believing. You see, it is really much deeper than that. Why we say to tune into the heart frequency from the beginning and feel the love, because that is really the purpose of all of this, all of these videos here, all of this whole channel here is to reactivate the frequency of love within yourself. And so that you can begin to remember what the work is here that you have come to do. And when we say the work, we really mean to play. Isn't that fascinating? So we trust that this message is good for you, you see, and that you can be helped by it, and that it is really helpful to hear. And we love the messages and the inquiries from the children as well. So we would love to hear more from the children, you see. And blessing to all of you dearly, and we will see you all again very soon. Oh, I trust that message was exactly what you needed to hear today. And if you liked it, you know what to do. And if you have a question that you would love to be answered by DiYeena, go ahead and hop over to the website listed below, or you can post it in the comments below. And we look forward to being with you again very soon. Blessings.